Welcome back to another episode of Next Station Ronkonkoma. I'm your host, Ashley.
And I'm your host, Danny.
Welcome. If you're new here, thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming.
If you're returning, also thanks.
Yeah. Also thanks for coming.
We're here.
This is episode number 65 for those who are counting.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I should count. No, yeah, I knew that.
Also, I'm just going to get this out of the way now. Thank you for listening, and thank you for sharing with everyone except for Grandma. We drop new episodes every Tuesday at 8 a.m. on all of your major podcast platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, etc., etc., and on YouTube on Wednesdays at some point. Always, please like, share, tell a friend, show it to a friend, listen with a friend, and just, help us grow. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. And also, always leave a comment, vote in the polls on Instagram, because that's where we are most active. And yeah, again, thanks for coming. Who's fucking? Moving on.
Speaking of who's fucking, if you go on a date and, maybe you want to listen together.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a good first date idea.
I don't know about all that. That's kind of tooting your horn a little loud there, but okay.
Just kidding.
You want to listen to a podcast with me?
Imagine.
On the way to dinner?
Could you imagine you're on a first date
and we're talking in the background?
Yeah, somebody's like, hey, you want to listen to this podcast with me? It's just us. Like while they're like eating dinner or something.
Yeah. Guys, we appreciate you, but don't do that.
I mean, if you do it, tell us.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Share with us.
I mean, it's an icebreaker, right?
Of some sorts. I would say, yeah, maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe don't.
I don't know about all that.
But I am also, speaking of dinner, hungry, so we're going to try to make this quick. We always say that, but
It always turns out to be about an hour.
Yeah, so there's a trend that's been going on called girl dinners.
Speaking of dinners.
Yeah, kind of like the trend with like girl math, boy math.
Yeah.
There's a trend called girl dinners.
Isn't girl math like if you don't use your debit card or credit card, then it doesn't cost anything?
If you use cash,
yeah,
it's free. Another example of girl math, if you go to the store and return an item that you purchased, and then you use that money to purchase something else, it's free.
That's ridiculous.
If you have something in your cart online and it wants to charge you $7.95 for shipping, unless you add another $20 to your cart, and then you add another $20 to your cart so that you get free shipping, that's a deal.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's girl math.
Okay.
Boy math. I don't really know any examples of boy math.
Because it just makes sense.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Spending $2,000 on car parts, but you get a free sticker.
Okay, yeah. Or
free t-shirt, even better.
Oh, I know one, actually.
Uh-oh.
Boy, well, I feel weird saying boy. It's like guy math.
Sure.
So, like, if you need to fix something in your house, instead of calling somebody to fix said issue for $200, you go out and spend $1,000 on tools that you need to fix said issue instead.
That makes perfect sense, actually. Because those tools are not just for one project. Those are multi-purpose items.
I get that.
And you could fix more things with your house with those tools with a one-time purchase.
It's an investment.
Yes. That makes perfect sense. That you can't use that as an example. That's a terrible example. I just debunked your example.
But like, what if it's like a very specific tool?
You can do very specific things with it.
I mean, it depends.
Work on your house.
It depends. But girl dinners, they've been going on for a while. But in case you don't know, if you're living under a rock, a girl dinner, for example, is like, I don't know, a handful of chips, a couple pickles, 2 slices of turkey deli meat, maybe a cheese stick, and then that's your dinner.
That's ridiculous.
Or your meal, say. It's like a little sampling of a little bit of everything. And you know what? They can be perfectly balanced meals, and they're fine. I saw a post the other day that was like research on girl dinners. And it said, like, as long as it's a balanced meal, there's nothing wrong with it.
They do say eat more meals, but smaller portions throughout the day.
It's not even a smaller portion. It's just like, it's supposed to be like, it just doesn't make sense, the combination.
Right.
It's just a very wide variety of different little bits of different foods together that don't make sense.
Kind of like your lunch today.
That was fine.
That was fucking weird.
It took a couple minutes, but Danny's like, what the fuck are you eating?
Yeah.
I had cucumbers cut up and like cherry tomatoes in my fridge. I didn't want them to go bad. And so I was like, oh, let me just finish them off today. And then I'm like, well, I also like had to eat some kind of lunch, something nutritious and filling somewhat. So I'm like, let me mix some cottage cheese into it. So cucumbers, tomatoes, cottage cheese. And I just shook it all up in the bowl. And then I'm like, well, it needs a little bit more flavor. So I drizzled a little balsamic glaze on it.
Just picture that, everyone.
Delicious.
Fucking weird. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Delicious combination.
You just see the balsamic glaze. Just what? No. Oh.
Looks like motor oil.
Yeah, motor oil mixed with fucking cheese.
Chunky cheese.
Chunky cheese. No.
It kind of looks like feta cheese.
It kind of looks disgusting.
It's delicious.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I just
don't knock it till you try it.
I'm knocking it pretty hard.
I might have had a girl meal for lunch today.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens because sometimes I'm just working and I just don't eat when I'm working.
Don't even give me that shit. Don't even go there. Are you kidding? Hold on.
So it happens, and we're moving on.
No. I need a minute before we move on here. I know for a fact that we've gone over this before.
I know what you're talking about.
When Ashley and I first started dating, and I would be in the middle of working on something.
Yeah.
And I'm like fully invested in this project that I'm working on, and she's just sitting there getting all pissed off and pissy because she's hungry.
Yeah.
And I'm not stopping to feed her because I am fully invested in something and I'm just working away over here.
Yeah.
And it would, like, to put this very politely, she would make my life hell until I fed her.
Wow, that's aggressive.
Not like she wouldn't like throw a temper tantrum, but like I would get some like side remarks, just basically just
starving me.
Yeah. And one time it got to the point where it's just like, you know, why did I even come with you? Because I knew you were going to be doing this and I'm hungry and I haven't ate yet. I'm just like, I can't stop right now. I got to finish this. And now I come home and she's mixing motor oil with cottage cheese and tomatoes and cucumbers in a fucking bowl as her girl meal because she's just so busy and she's working. I'm just saying, guys. Just look at the big picture here.
You know, I don't really see the relevance here, but
Everyone that's listening does. They feel my pain.
I know. Well, see, the difference was I wasn't doing much of the working when I was with you and I was hungry. I would help you.
You would.
Do things. But if I wasn't, all I'm thinking about is being hungry. So,
Yeah.
but when I'm working and I'm hungry, I'm constantly thinking that I'm hungry and I have to get up and get something to eat. But then I just don't. And then it's like a vicious cycle. I'm like, I'll just do a little bit more. I'll just do one more thing. And then I'm like, but I'm fucking hungry. And then I just keep going with myself and then I'm starving and then I make that concoction.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, you know.
See, like today, every morning, Monday through Friday, it's the same, like, almost routine. I grab my overnight oats out of the fridge. I drive to work and have my overnight oats on the way to work. And then I work all day. Sometimes 10, 12 hours. All day. And most days, I don't consume anything besides, like, water.
Yeah, it's not good.
And I'm just like, don't even think about being hungry. I just keep going. And then when I come home, I make myself a little sandwich or something, or heat up leftovers or whatever. And then I eat something. And it's just, you know.
And then why do you think you crash?
No crash. Just.
Every day crash.
I took a little nap.
Every day crash.
For like 10 minutes today. After I ate something.
Exactly.
But that's just because I finally got to sit down and relax.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't see the relevance here.
Goodbye. So, yeah, there's this trend, girl dinners. I'm guilty of it. This random concoction thing. I'm very guilty of it, and I don't mind it. But for the most part, I feel like Danny is the one that doesn't always. So, like, the idea of it is, like, girls don't want or need, like, a full meal that, like, makes sense.
Right.
You know, I'm talking about, like, a protein, a carb, a vegetable, whatever. You know, like a meat and a potato and a, like, yeah, like, food. It's more like snacky. But Danny, most of the time, is the one that doesn't require the food meal.
I'm very simple.
He says simple. Some people might use other words, but he says simple.
Very simple.
Picky.
No.
We've talked about it.
Yes, picky. Okay, but simple still.
Yeah.
I don't need a lot.
We've talked about his tendencies on basic bitch chicken tendies everywhere we go.
Yeah.
He's perfectly happy with chicken tendies and fries.
Or a burger.
Like a child.
Or pizza.
It's literally every item on a kid's food menu. It's just proof.
So?
Any restaurant you go to, Danny wants the kids menu, but the adult size.
Or ribs.
That's rare.
Yeah. Shit ain't cheap.
You don't do it because of the price, though.
I do.
The chicken tenders.
Yeah.
You would get ribs every time if you had unlimited money.
Yeah. Well, no. Because that one time I went to Miller's Ale House and the ribs literally taste like hot dogs, I'll never get ribs from there.
Oh, gross.
We also don't have a Miller's Ale House down here, but I'm just saying, as an example.
Yeah.
Like Texas Roadhouse, those ribs are pretty good.
Yeah.
Aubrey's,
but
one time we got them, fall off the bone. Spectacular.
Yeah. But at Texas Roadhouse, you still get the ribs and chicken tenders.
Yo, but that combo price is unbeatable.
All right, so Danny's not picky. He's just a bargain eater.
Yeah. I am a man of limited monetary resources.
Wow.
So I keep it simple.
But I'm saying, so also, like, if we're trying to think of, if we want to go out somewhere for dinner and we're trying to think of where we want to go. And I'm like trying to think of what I'm in the mood for, because I'm like, no matter what, you're going to get the same thing. So
Yeah. That's why I make it simple.
it's like, Texas Roadhouse chicken tenders or Outback chicken tenders. What are you feeling?
But you see, also, she'll be like, what do you want? And I'm like, I don't care. Whatever you want, just pick something. And she'll be like, no, you pick something. And then lately, it used to be where I would pick something, or she would pick something and I would change it. Mm-hmm. Now the tables have turned. Every time I've picked something, she says, how about this instead? And I'm like, sure.
And then we get it and something goes wrong. And that's why I just can't pick. Seems like it's meant to be your job.
And then when I pick, you're just like, I don't know about that.
Okay, but also, we kind of talked about this last episode, did we?
I'm not sure.
The sandwich that you tried to feed me a sandwich for dinner.
Yeah.
And I was not having it.
You want me to eat a sandwich? I'm already starving. The fuck?
Yeah.
Just to recap.
So like, perfect example, like, for dinner, like, I want, like, food. Like, I want those, what is it called?
The food groups.
The food groups. I want a variety. I want it to be filling and, So a sandwich, it's got different things on it, but that's a lunch. That's, same thing with pizza. Like, just pizza for dinner, it's a little,
Yeah. Oh, I know. I've heard.
I've had it, and, when it's good, it's good, and whatever, but...
Because the pizza down here isn't that great, you're saying?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about when we're on Long Island, and, you're somewhere, and they're like, oh, we're going to get a couple pies for dinner. Like, cool. That's fine, but, like, I'm not going to choose to just go to a pizzeria and get 2 slices of pizza for dinner. What the fuck is that going to do for me?
Oh, I know. But that's why I'm like, I want to get like a chicken parm dinner or hero.
Yes.
Yeah. Chicken parm vodka, specifically.
Yes.
And I get that. Like, I do. But,
yeah, and, like, I'm not saying I'm moneybags over here, and, like, I have...
sometimes you want to eat like you are moneybags.
Well, yes. I will always spend money on food because I love it so much.
Right.
I have no issues with that.
I do.
Some people do. They compromise, and I think everybody has their thing that no matter the price, they're going to pay it.
Yes, we've talked about this. I don't think we've talked about it here.
No.
Your thing is food.
Absolutely.
My thing is not food.
Car things?
Maybe. Well, I would say I'm very particular about what I do with my vehicles and like what parts I pay for, like what parts I want because I want specific things. And sometimes they're pricey. But that's also why I haven't really done anything besides basic maintenance and just keeping it running recently. I haven't done anything custom to any of my vehicles in years because I just don't, like, my money's going to more important places right now.
Well, don't say anything because your idea of not doing things custom is somebody's idea of doing things.
Look at my dually. It's bone stock.
Tinting the windows.
That's a requirement.
I'm just saying, like, it still counts.
That's all I did. When I first got it, I put in LED headlights, fog lights, and tinted the windows.
That still counts.
That's it. That's all I did.
Yeah. But, yeah, so everybody has their thing that no matter the price, like, they're going to make an exception kind of thing. To a certain extent. But everybody has that. But yes, mine is absolutely food.
Yours is absolutely food. Mine is customizing my vehicles, yes.
Hence why we've been to Cheesecake Factory for $100 for lunch.
Not my idea. Not my idea whatsoever.
It was my idea and I paid for it, okay?
Yeah.
No regrets.
She had a reward.
Okay, girl math.
Let's go to Cheesecake Factory for lunch. I have a save $10 when you spend 40.
25.
Sorry. Save $10 when you spend 25.
Ended up spending 90 something.
Yeah.
That shit adds up quick.
Yeah, and the food is not that great.
My food was amazing. Let me just say. I don't know how to say it, but whatever they replaced their chicken marsala with, it's like a Madeira sauce?
Madeira?
Yeah, something like that.
It's another wine sauce.
Oh, it was so good.
Yes. I tried something different besides chicken tendies or a burger. Just saying. I got the orange chicken, the lunch portion. It was alright.
It's alright.
Nothing to really write home about.
But we got the buffalo blasts, which are always... I could just go there and get buffalo blasts and then take some cheesecake home.
Why don't we do that?
Because you don't ever want to go there.
Because buffalo blasts are still $20.
Right. They come with like a shit ton of them. We'd be fine just eating that and then having some cheesecake.
No. Because
I would be fine with that for lunch.
Don't. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is.
Watch it for lunch. Okay.
There it is. Yeah, I'd be fine with that. You guys heard that, right? And then I'm like, oh, let's just go to Cheesecake Factory, get some buffalo blast, slice of cheesecake each, and we'll come home and we'll be fine. And she's like, what about I need the rest. I need the other food groups.
Well, it depends on what kind of lunch. If I had a good lunch that day. If I had a dinner sized lunch that day. Not even the size. It's not even about the portions. It's about the type of food. God help Danny. I know.
Help me.
But you know what? I don't just... It's fine.
Need help.
At least I'm not one of those girls. It's like, buy me this and buy me that. Like,
No, you're definitely not. You're just like...
I'll spend all of my money. So you know what? Let me be.
I'll let you be. No problem. I'll be sitting in the corner eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with a huge smile on my face. Living my best life over here. And you're just like, I want all food groups.
Food is so good. And, you know, when you have good food at your disposal, it's a luxury. And it's like, it's a
luxury.
Privilege.
Yes.
I'm very appreciative of this privilege. It's very limited now that we're down here, but, you know, that's why I gotta take advantage when I can. But I did make a meal of my own the other night.
Yes, you did, and it was delicious.
All the food groups.
We had a protein, we had a carb,
Did I make a salad? I feel like I didn't because it took too long and it was late.
It was late. It took a while, but it was absolutely delicious.
That was my first time.
Yeah. Ashley made her own vodka sauce, and we had chicken cutlets, and we had pasta, we had garlic bread. I sent a snap to everybody, and I got a bunch of angry replies like, "Where's my invite? Sick invite? Where's mine?" All that stuff. My buddy, he was like, "Bro, you guys made this epic dinner, and all I got was a picture of it. I didn't get an invite." I'm like, "Next time, buddy, I got you."
Yeah, I'll share.
We'll do a big family dinner next time.
Yeah. It was, I just, did some research online and found a recipe, and I gotta, find my own, tweak it a little bit and kind of make it my own. It was a little thick for our liking.
Yeah.
I feel like other than that, I liked it.
You also put the ingredients through the blender.
Oh, yeah. I did render it a little bit.
Yeah. Because
the amount of shallots that it called for.
Yeah.
Like, it made a very chunky sauce.
Right.
And I'm not, like, I'd rather have a more smooth sauce. Danny's definitely not a fan of the chunks.
Right.
So I took, like, at least three quarters of it and ran it through the blender.
Yeah.
To smooth it out a little bit. And then I was like, I don't know if that's going to change the texture and, because now there's blended up shallots instead of...
Right.
But I don't know. I still got to tweak it. It still came out really good.
Very good.
I must say.
And next time you said you're going to add a little pancetta to it?
Yes, I didn't add any meat
Protein.
to it because we have the chicken cutlets. But yeah, I can add some pancetta. And then I definitely want to make more next time too because it was a very small batch. Like, it was like just enough for us too.
Yeah.
Like, I probably wanted a little more even.
Right.
But yeah.
True Italian dips the bread in the leftover sauce.
Right, like
there was zero leftover sauce.
Right. Or while the sauce is cooking, you dip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I usually, like, when I make my plate, I'll put, like, a little pile of extra sauce on the side of the plate so I can dip my Italian bread.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can't wait to make that again. I want to do it soon.
It was it was incredible, though. It was
Thank you.
very, very good.
I tried. It was good. I love making chicken cutlets, too.
Yeah.
So simple and so good.
And it was a team effort on the chicken cutlets, too. I thin sliced them and you fried them and,
Yes. Danny's much better with the thin slicing of chicken cutlets.
I'm pretty good with a knife, just saying.
I don't like doing it.
I used to do that for a living.
Right.
For a little while.
Yeah. So you got it.
Yeah.
Also, one more food thing. Another restaurant that Danny is not fond of, Red Lobster,
Oh, God.
I heard has exited bankruptcy. They're no longer going bankrupt or whatever that means.
Didn't they sell off a bunch of stores, though?
Maybe.
Or restaurants, storefronts, whatever.
Maybe that's how they got back on their feet.
Yeah, they closed a bunch of stores. Or, I'm sorry, they closed a bunch of restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
The one by us is still open. We drove past yesterday. Still some people out in the parking lot.
Yep.
Outback was still pretty busy, too. Don't know how, but...
Yeah. I don't know.
But I'm happy for you that Red Lobster is not going bankrupt anymore.
Thanks. We'll go one day soon to celebrate.
Fantastic. Great. Speaking of restaurants and stuff like that and stuff going wrong, every time recently that we've tried to go see a movie, something happens.
Oh, every time.
2 times ago,
Why?
we went to see... What did we go to see?
Shit. The Deadpool Wolverine?
Yeah, the Deadpool Wolverine. So, Ashley had the bright idea to go and get the happy hour menu at Cheesecake Factory.
All right, we talked about this. Don't worry about it.
And because it was right next to the movie theater and so on and so forth. And we wound up sitting there too long because the waitress disappeared and whatever else, and we were late to the beginning of the movie. And that's, it happens. No worries. Then, this past Sunday, we went to go see a movie again. We went to go see the new Beetlejuice, which it's the same name, but it's not the same movie.
Actually, it's called Beetlejuice.
Oh, so it's Beetlejuice 2, basically.
Yep.
Okay. I had no idea. But basically, it's a continuation, basically, of the first movie.
Yeah.
We watched the first one to prepare to go see this one, because I've never seen the first one, and if I have, I don't remember it, but now I do because we just saw it recently. But either way, so we're going to the movie theater. And we're do we want to stop and get some breakfast? Do we want to stop and do this, do that, whatever? We decide, well, we'll just quickly stop at Bojangles, get some chicken, chicken tendies, whatever. And we walk in, and the most southern thing happened. The guy at the register is like, I'm not taking any orders right now until we catch up. We're really behind. I'm like, what? He's like, and he basically just said, like, we're really behind right now. We're trying to catch up on orders, so I'm just not taking any orders right now until
the staff is ready.
Until the staff is ready.
I'm like, motherfucker, hustle up. What
Yeah.
do you mean?
And it's like, we weren't ordering anything crazy.
It's fast food.
Yeah. Throw some chicken tenders in the fryer, throw some fries in the fryer, and, fucking let's go.
And there was like a good amount of employees there.
Yeah.
It's not like there was like 2 people cooking and him taking orders.
And the drive-thru is still flowing through seamlessly here.
Yeah, that's why I was annoyed. Because I'm like, okay, but the drive-thru orders are still going through, obviously.
Yeah.
You can't just stop a drive-thru line.
Right.
Or they don't. But you're making me stand here and just fucking wait to order?
Yeah. There was
like,
there were 2 people standing there, like 2 sets of people, 2 groups, waiting for like online orders to get picked up. And then the couple in front of us, they got their order taken, and then we got like, hold on guys, we gotta wait and wait till the kitchen catches up here. So we're sitting there, and the guy, like the guy from the couple in front of us, he's sitting there bullshitting with the cashier, like they're like buddies. And his wife is sitting there talking to him too, like, oh, he's got back from vacation, and apparently their son's like a pro NASCAR driver, which is pretty awesome, but like, I don't know, like, so you get privilege at Bojangles?
you get to give your order?
You get to give your order? You got your coffee and your soda, and like, I don't know, we just, every time we go to see a movie now, it's like something happens.
Every time.
Slows us down. We made it this time. We got to see all the credits, but...
Yeah, because I was hoping to get there earlier than we did.
Right.
So luckily, we left as early as we did. Got held up at Bojangles for like fucking 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I was
And
like, what the fuck?
we parked in a different area today, so we were able to... Not today. We parked in a different area this time, so we were able to get into the movie theater quicker.
Yeah, that
because
helped.
The movie theater is a part of the mall, so we, instead of running through the food court like animals, we parked in the parking garage.
Yeah. Yeah, that was... Yeah, I don't know. Every fucking time. And that was also one of the times that I picked what we were going to get to eat because...
No, don't play that card.
No, I'm saying... I said it's always an issue.
Oh, okay.
When I changed the decision, and we weren't really making any decision, and then Danny's like, just pick something. And I'm like, okay, Bojangles. And then that happened.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the...
They could have
bullshit.
sat down at Waffle House and had a full, relaxed
Literally.
meal for the same amount of time.
Literally. And then you got a 4-piece chicken tenders.
Yeah.
It was like $3.25.
I'm like, this is my 4th tender, my 4th Supreme. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
There's a little nugget.
Yeah. I'm like, all right, but you know what? Whatever. I don't care. It's fine.
It's going to take him another half hour to get you an extra chicken tender.
I'm not going to sit here and complain about it. It is what it is.
Oh, God. That was not good.
Plus, I knew we were going to get the movie theater only has one size for popcorn. It's like this massive bucket. I'm like, I know we're going to get popcorn anyway, so it's fine. Whatever.
Yeah. We always have to get the popcorn there now because it's so good for
the popcorn
some reason.
It's so good. What the fuck?
Maybe it's like the seasoning or the butter that they put on it. I don't know.
But it's fucking amazing. Really. It is like some of the best movie theater popcorn I've had.
For real.
Yeah.
And because they only have that one size, like, imagine how much popcorn they go through every day.
Yeah.
Like, it's so much.
Always super fresh because they have to make so much because of their one size only.
And then it's refillable.
Yeah.
Like, if you go there with, like, your family of 6, you can get one popcorn. And they also, I've seen, give out, like, little plastic dishes so you can, like, split it up.
Oh, really? I didn't
with your
see
family.
that.
Yeah. Like, they don't care. Like, if, it's not like they're like, oh, no sharing,
Right.
Like, you can get one popcorn for 6 people, split it up, go refill it, and,
Yeah.
that's wild.
Get the one size, fill all the trays, and before the movie even starts, go back out and get another
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
And drinks, too, or you can refill.
Yeah.
And it's not, you don't even need, like,
A receipt.
membership or whatever, like Island 16 in Hotesville.
Yeah.
If you were like a Star Pass director or some shit, like you can get free refills.
Okay.
But if you weren't, I don't think you can.
Ain't that some shit?
Yeah, so like it was, but this place, anybody and everybody.
That's awesome.
It's pretty crazy.
And it's also one of the few places around here that has the power reclining seats.
Yes, not all the theaters do.
Yeah. Found that out the hard way.
Yeah, we were spoiled with the recliners. We went to the theater without them and we're like, what the fuck?
Where's the button to recline the seat here?
Yeah, you want me to just sit up the whole movie? Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then also, I know we talked about this too at this movie theater. They come and take your order at your seat.
Yeah.
So they don't really they have a bar. They have a full bar, like alcohol and stuff, that you can order food and drinks and stuff. But if you just go into your movie theater, they have somebody walking around with an iPad and just taking orders. And they have like all different like food too.
They have a full menu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Appetizers and burgers and wings and pizzas and
desserts.
yeah. Fried pickles, fried cheese curds, fried mozzarella sticks, like
That's crazy.
and it's like but the thing is if you get to the movie late, there's no one there to take your order. It's only before the movie starts, so you have to go to the bar and order it there.
Right. But then you could still show them your ticket and they can have somebody bring it to your seat.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That is tip worthy.
Oh yeah. And they expect a tip.
Oh yeah, they leave the little credit card receipt with you. They don't flip their iPad.
No.
They don't. I don't know why they don't have that. But they give you the little credit card receipt. They want you to fill it out, and then they come back for it.
Yeah. I'm just going to leave this here. It's got a little question on it for you. We'll be
Yeah.
right back for that.
Just answer the question on the bottom.
Don't steal my pen.
Didn't you say you heard somebody the other day say there was a super quick question?
Yes. Where was that? I forgot where that was, but she's like, oh, is this going to ask you a super quick question here? You mean how much do I want to leave a tip? How much of a tip do I want to leave, you mean?
Yeah.
Just a super quick question.
I don't, like, why? Why do you gotta pretend like we all know what's happening?
I'm starting to hear now, though, instead of, like, I have a super quick question for you, I hear, like, it's just going to ask you how much of a tip you want to leave.
Or
Like,
a tip
all right.
option.
Tip option?
Yeah, and that, is more straightforward.
Right.
Like, we all know what is happening here.
We know what the question is.
We know the question. We know the answer you want,
Yeah.
but this is the answer you're going to get.
And some like restaurants are getting even more like sneaky now. Instead of 15, 18, and 20, I think we've talked about this too. It's like 18, 20, and 22.
Oh, I feel like I've seen up to 25% tips. Everybody knows at this point the tipping thing is out of control.
Yes.
And it's not the service worker's fault.
Right.
Like, it's not... Like, you can go way deep into this.
Yeah.
And, like, it's society, the government, and the way that they pay them or don't pay them. And the tax on tips. And you can get into a whole rabbit hole with that.
Right.
But it's like, that's making it the consumer's fault and the consumer's problem to make up for their wages
Right.
in tips.
And also, like, not everyone works in the service industry, so not everyone understands where the waiter or waitress is coming from with their frustration with not getting a good tip.
Yeah.
Some of us go to work and we get a salary or commission-based, whatever we do, and that's it. And then other people, like waiters and waitresses and whatever else, they go and their day and their pay depends on the day. Depends on how somebody thinks their service was, or even if they had the best service, some people are just fucking assholes and don't leave a tip at all.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, people are going to tip how they want to tip regardless.
Right.
But that's my thing now. Like, I feel it's been this way a while now, and I feel like it's pretty obvious. But, like, tipping is not based on service anymore.
No.
Like, it feels just, like, because even, okay, so I picked up coffee from Dutch Bros.
Yeah.
In the Dutch Bros app, it's like Starbucks for people that don't know what that is. So in their app, same thing with Starbucks. You can like auto fill, like you could fill your like electronic card.
Your Dutch Pass or whatever.
Yeah, to like have money in there to use instead of like paying with your debit card or whatever. And then, so you can scan your Dutch Pass for rewards also, but you can fill it with money. And then there's an option now for auto tipping. So you fill this card with money so that it's in there for when you want to go. You just use that instead of your debit card, whatever. But then there's an option to set an amount for an automatic tip for whenever you go. So that right there is saying, like, that's not based on service then, right? Because how do you know what you want to tip?
Exactly.
Like, you just, like, that's pretty wild to me.
It is, definitely.
Because, I like, again, it's like the controversy, whatever you want to call it. It's like tipping should be based on service, but knowing that they don't make a lot of money, and then we have to make up for that.
Right.
It's like,
and also
crazy.
Instead of like, if it's not cash tips,
right, it goes through their paycheck,
right,
and then that's taxed.
Exactly.
Or like the tips are pooled together.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, if the tips are pooled, it's like someone's slacking over on that side of the restaurant, but you're like doing your best to have the best customer service. You get better tips than that person gets, and then your tips get pooled, and you're just like, fuck, what did I do all that for?
Yeah.
It's rough. I've never worked on that side of the industry. I've worked in like mom and pop delis and stuff like that where there was a tip jar, but like, I don't know, it wasn't really anything spectacular.
Yeah.
But I was never a waiter or waitress or a bartender. It's like, it's a whole nother ball game. And a lot of times also not everyone understands, like if something comes out fucked up from the back, it's like, it's not necessarily your fault. Like you might have wrote it down, but the kitchen didn't see it or didn't read it or didn't care.
Yeah.
Then they blame you for it, and then your tip gets,
Right. Yeah, that's a whole thing.
Right.
That's a crazy industry. I feel for people that work in the service industry.
Yeah.
Because it's very, pretty wild.
Definitely.
But yeah, auto tipping is, that's a new one for me.
That's just wild. Like, granted, every time we've gone to Dutch Bros, it's always been top notch.
Yeah.
The customer service is always insanely good because they're always like, they're basically hanging out the drive-thru window. Hey, you got any plans today? What are you doing? Where are you going? Who are you going to see? I got some friends out there. Like, they'll sit there and have a full conversation with you at every car that comes up to the window.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just how they're trained.
Yeah. Literally.
Even what?
I said literally.
Yeah. Even the person sitting out there with the iPad taking the orders, they're miserable because they're out in the boiling hot sun. They got an iPad and they're just like, hey, welcome to Dutch Bros. What can I get for you? How's your day going? What are you doing? How's your life? How's your dog?
Going on today?
Right. And, it's always and then the coffee is always really good too. Last time that I was there and I got coffee for us, they messed up and they gave you a large also. And I'm like, fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Free upcharge, free upgrade, I mean.
Yeah. But yeah, I looked at what this auto tipping meant.
Yeah.
And it even breaks it down to where you can set like a set dollar amount for any orders under $10. And then any orders over $10, it wants you to choose a percentage.
Huh.
So, like, if the order is under $10, you could pick a $1 tip, $2 tip, whatever, custom tip, and set that amount. But if your order is over $10, it wants you to pick 15%, 20%. I was like, holy shit. That's so crazy, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. And, like, I remember when we used to not tip these kind of people. Like,
These kinds of people.
like waiters and waitresses and, yes, but fast food employees now? Like,
Right.
what are we doing?
I
I don't know. I don't know what the hell is going on, but it's getting out of hand. I know many of you are probably saying it's been out of hand, but
I don't know
It's
when it
freaking
got to this
wild.
point where it's like everyone's expecting a tip now.
well,
Like everyone. Not just, like you said, not just waiters, waitresses, bartenders, whatever. It's like now everything.
yeah, I'm trying to think of like,
Go to Krispy Kreme.
yeah.
Let me get these 2 donuts. All right. I was just gonna ask you a quick question on the credit card machine there. I'm like, motherfuckers, you guys too?
Yeah. Like, you just put my donut in the bag.
Yeah. And
Like, it took you half a second.
again, it's like, customer service with a smile. It's like, all right, I'll give you like something, but what the fuck?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of places like that, like, I feel bad, so I just give like $1. But like, and restaurants, people that are actually like doing things, obviously, I tip better.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know. It's getting a little wild.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my take.
We're gonna segue right into you saying it's getting a little wild.
Oh, okay. I was gonna wrap it up because I'm hungry.
Well, I've been trying to say this for 2 episodes now.
Okay, go for it.
We watched Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah, we finished.
We finished watching Breaking Bad, and
It was a rewatch for me.
yeah, Ashley watched it already. I tried to watch it. Apparently, I got further than I thought. I don't know. I guess I wasn't really paying attention when I was watching it because this time I watched it, I'm like, yo, this shit is fucking wild. Last time, I'm like, yo, this shit is so boring. It's so slow. But actually, it's a really, really good show. I highly recommend watching it if you have not.
You probably would put it on, fall asleep, and miss parts of it, and
That's exactly what happened. I can tell you that right now. Yes.
woke up 4 episodes later. You're
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is going on? This
Right.
shit makes no sense.
I'm telling you, I watched it this time. I'm just like, I was like hooked. I'm like, I gotta see what happens next because the way they end the episodes, obviously, it's a little cliffhanger. You gotta see what's going on now, and it's just the way they did it. It was incredible. I really feel like it was a really good show, and I severely underrated it when I watched it last time.
Thank you.
And sure, you're welcome. So we watched Breaking Bad, watched the whole series, and then we watched El Camino on Netflix because that's like the continuation.
Oh, yeah, that's a movie.
That's a movie. And then now we started Better Call Saul because fuck it, why not? But we watch it every now and again here and there when we can, but like I said, Breaking Bad was incredible. I highly recommend watching it if you have not yet. I'm not going to sit there and ruin the ending or ruin the show for you. I'm just telling you it was incredible. Definitely a good show.
Because I've heard from plenty of people, like, I feel like it either goes one way or the other. Like, either people love it and they see, like, how good of a show it actually is.
Yeah.
Or they're like, nah, it's too slow. I couldn't do it.
That was me. That was definitely, 100%, that was me.
I know.
I'm like, the show is way too slow. I couldn't watch it. It's fucking boring as shit. Like, no.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever heard somebody say that they watched it, the whole thing, like, through and didn't like it.
Yeah.
It's either they watched it and loved it or they couldn't get through and watch the whole thing.
It starts out pretty slow.
It does. It does.
The build up is pretty slow, but definitely worth sticking it out.
Yeah, it can be a little cringy. It can be a little like, what's going on here?
Right.
But once you get to the good parts, like, and you really got to pay attention, because like the little things that they throw in there, like the little like foreshadowing or like the little like callbacks to different parts, like it's amazing.
Yeah.
Very well put together.
Definitely. And like Ashley said, you got to pay attention because, like I said, I probably fell asleep while watching it numerous times the first time. And that's why I didn't think it was such a good show, but it definitely is worth watching. Mm-hmm. If you get the chance, watch it.
Crazy shit.
Yeah. And then watch...
what?
And then watch El Camino, the movie, afterwards.
Yeah. I was just going to say, don't have kids around.
Yeah, definitely not.
Whatsoever. I think
there's only like...
There was...
nudity in the first episode, that was it.
Yeah, I feel like first episode, which is crazy. It's like, why show like full nudity in the first episode and then never again?
There's a little bit of a... I'm sorry, we just killed a little bit of it for you.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, it's the first episode.
Yeah.
I feel like if you haven't seen that yet, come on.
I
You didn't remember that part?
I feel like I vaguely did.
Yeah. Well, it's still on Netflix if you want to watch it, or if you have Netflix. I've been contemplating switching to Hulu. We talked about the rising prices and...
Yeah, Peacock just went up too.
Damn. Yeah, I now pay like, what is it, $15, $16 a month for Netflix without ads.
Yeah.
Because Danny can't handle the ads.
No ads. Peacock with no ads also, so we're both right there, okay?
Splitting the costs.
Yeah.
Cost.
It's even partnership here.
I know. It's happening. All right, we're wrapping it up now.
We're gonna wrap it up. I already said the spiel, so we're not gonna put you through that again.
Cool. Peace out.
The fuck is that?
Okay, bye.
No.
All right, thanks for listening. Thanks for coming.
Who's fucking?
Who's fucking?